When I was leading Minyan this past Monday morning, we didn't have enough people for a Minyan to read the Torah portion, which is the same as the one we're going to be reading this Shabbat. That's sad, but I always use that opportunity for a little bit of improvised Torah study. And this is the question that I put to the people who were there, and I've been sitting with the questions ever since. The Torah portion opens with the announcement of Vayakel, that Moses calls the people together. Then it has another commandment about Shabbat, and then once again we go into the intricacies of building the Mishkan, the desert sanctuary. And I asked a two-part question. One, why are Shabbat and the Mishkan juxtaposed, and what can we read into that juxtaposition? And two, why do both of those things need for the people to be together? Now, the rabbis of the tradition famously read that kind of juxtaposition as defining the work that could not be done on Shabbat. In other words, all of the categories of work that we're not supposed to do on Shabbat are in fact the 39 categories of work that go to building the Mishkan. But the answer that came out of the room on Monday was somewhat different. The answer that came out of the room is that both Shabbat and the Mishkan have in common that they need to be built, that they are things that you have to make an effort to put together, that Shabbat is, as Abraham Joshua Heschel taught, a palace in time that doesn't just arise, but you have to plan for it and work towards it so that you can actually create the space in which you're going to rest, in exactly the same way as the people had to plan and build and work for the Mishkan. We also came to the conclusion that the people need to be together for both of these projects because essentially they're no fun and they don't have as much meaning when you do them alone. Shabbat alone in a strange place is not the same as Shabbat surrounded by your family and the faces from your community that you know. And building something on your own, while it might give you a tremendous sense of creative achievement, is not the same as a communal project in which everybody takes part. And so for this Shabbat, I leave us with the idea that we need to build it together, piece by piece, and we need to be in community to share it. That was your Torah in 2.